Good morning. Welcome to my devotion this morning. It's actually quite nice sitting on a Friday in the garden deciding how we're going to celebrate Heritage Day today. There's a story in the Bible about this beautiful queen of the Persians. Her husband, the king of Persia, didn't know that this queen of his was Jewish, which sounds about right because us men, we're a bit slow and we're always learning something new about our spouses, and it's a part of the beauty of the relationship. Anyway, at this time, the Jews were living in Persia, and the queen putting her life at great danger, not knowing what the king's reaction was going to be, she decides to reveal her identity to save the people of her nation, the Jews. This is a story about Esther in the Old Testament, and I want to highly recommend that you read it. It's a short book. It should take about half an hour to read. And one of the amazing things about this story is that God isn't mentioned once, not once in the whole story. And as you read, you cannot help but ask yourself, where's God in the story? Where can I find God in the story? And you end up seeing God's fingerprints all over the story. And have you ever felt like that, like as life happens, you sit wondering where God is in our story? The longer we live, the more we have to worry about. We feel isolated, our families are far flung, feeling anxious at the responsibility we carry, feeling the weight of mourning the loss of more and more loved ones, feeling vulnerable when you're fighting COVID or cancer. And we can feel at times that we're overwhelmed when tough times come. And it comes in like waves again and again. And I'd like to encourage you to just pause and ask the question, where can I see God in this? I'm not speaking as an expert in psychology. I'm speaking as a person that does and wakes up at the small hours of the morning and worry. And my advice is this, when you're worrying at the most, ask, where's God in this? And then look for God in your story, in your worry, in your stress, in your small hours of the morning. I found that God is not in the result of the story. God is not in the outcome of my story. I found that God is in my strength. I found that God is in my attitude. I found that I've come to realize that I'm not alone. That God is in my body when I get out of bed to face a daunting day. That God is in my mind when it's racing around for an answer. That God is in my broken heart when I remember loved ones. That God is in my heartbeat as it increases. I'm waiting for a result. I'm reminded that one of the greatest mysteries of our religion, one of the greatest mysteries of the gospel of Jesus Christ is Christ in me. Christ in you. And that is why nothing around us can separate us from the love of God, because we have Christ in each of us. No amount of stress, no amount of anxiety, no amount of pressure, no amount of bad news can separate us from the love of God. I hope that you enjoy celebrating Heritage Day today, where we celebrate our diversity. And I also hope that you celebrate people around you, remembering that nothing can separate you from the love of God. You never have to be alone. Until we meet again, grace and peace.